I think we gathered here about a year ago, and at that time we had great hopes. We were looking forward to what certainly has turned out to be a very interesting set of mistakes on the part of the Democrats who have been trying to ruin the state of New Hampshire. Tonight we're gathered again, and I want to congratulate the Belknap County Committee on I think this is a record number of ticket sales, record amount of attendance, and of course when they called and asked me to take care of the weather, I was very happy to take that responsibility. I won't spend too much time, but I do want to remind you that we have gone from hopeful a year ago to a situation where we now have a responsibility. We are in a position to change the state of New Hampshire back to its greatness. I think you've heard me say it a number of times, the Democrats are ruining the state of New Hampshire. We have to understand that having come to where we are, we now have a responsibility to campaign and to work in the political process over the next 148 days to November election in a way that lets us deliver on the opportunity in front of us. We've got a lot of competitive primaries. That is good. We have great candidates. That's even better. But it is important for us to remember that after the primaries, we've got to come together. Historically, there have been tensions in primaries occasionally, and we've done silly things. This time, what I've been trying to communicate as we go around the state is all these candidates running in the primaries are our friends. They're on our side. And whichever one of them comes through the process, we have to rally around and support. We've had a Democratic Party that has spent this state almost into bankruptcy. We have a governor that can't say no to liberal spending. We have a legislature that is drunk on spending every penny they have, every penny they don't have, every penny they can pretend to have, and every penny that they expect our kids and our grandkids to pay for. They are spending, they are borrowing to spend, they are overspending, they're counting on federal dollars that aren't coming, and the public is beginning to understand it. And in Washington, it's even worse. We have a president that is finding out how inept he really is. In a way, we thought we were joking when we pointed out that all he had ever done was been a community organizer. And we're finding out now that unfortunately we were right. There is no administrative capacity. There is no leadership experience. There's no capacity to make a decision. This is a president that believes in a management style by rhetoric and bluff and bluster and theater and never gets anything done. And the public is beginning to understand it. We've got great candidates running for Congress. We are going to take back the 2 congressional seats. We've got great candidates running for the Senate. We will hold that Senate seat. We will sweep the New Hampshire House, the New Hampshire Senate, the Council, and the governor's race. But in order to make sure we do that, we all have to do our part. The Democrats are pulling in huge amounts of money from out of state. You've got to talk to your friends and neighbors and urge them to contribute. We don't need big contributions, but we need a lot of small ones. And you can help with that. If people ever cared about the New Hampshire advantage, if they ever cared about the New Hampshire quality of life, if they ever believed in low spending and low taxes, if they ever believed in fundamental principles and traditional values, this is the year that they've got to come out of the woodwork and be part of the solution. We need some financial help to compete. We need to put the message out. And most important, we need all of you to talk, 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 talk. The message doesn't get across until the last 3 or 4 months in the campaign. And the most effective way for that to happen is for you to talk to your friends and your neighbors and your family, and to let them understand that, yes, it's not a bad place to live now, but it used to be a great place to live, and we want to take it back to its greatness. Please, take the time to spread the message. They've added 80 or increased 80 new taxes. They've spent like no other state in the country. On average, other states have cut their spending this year by 2.5%, and the time before that by 2.2%. And this governor and legislature, this budget went up by 9%, and the budget before by 17%. It's insane. And people have to understand how incompetent John Lynch is, how non-management skilled he is, and how unable he is to lead the state of New Hampshire. With your help, it's going to be a great 2010. Thank you very, very much.